ये पीएफ ईएसआईसी क्या होता है?
PF ESIC is not a tax.
व्हाट इज एग्जैक्टली पीएफ प्रोविडेंट फंड?
Post retirement,
कितना परसेंटेज ऑफ सैलरी पीएफ और ईएसआई?
12% from the employer and 12% from the employee.
ये पीएफ ईएसआईसी क्या होता है एंड इज इट जस्ट अ टैक्स another format पे? What is it exactly?
That's a very big misunderstanding.
Okay.
PF ESIC is not a tax.
Okay.
First and foremost, I'll stretch it a bit
हाँ.
because concept of this PF ESIC,
हमें सब समझना है.
PF ESIC का concept समझना बहुत जरूरी है पहले. First and foremost, PF ESIC is not a tax. It is a welfare scheme.
Okay.
You are an investor, you watch the economy and that's all fine. But you tell me what kind of a society would just throw away a individual once the working or the productive life is over? That's not a civilized society.
Absolutely correct.
So PF ESIC is basically the workforce which is the engine of Indian or any economy's growth for that matter. It protects the workforce,
Okay.
which actually drives the engine of the economies, which further enables a lot of welfare and others.
What is exactly PF and what is exactly ESI?
Now let me tell you, see, normally lower middle class or a working class people, they might have a salary of 15,000, 20,000, 25,000. And this I'm not talking about individual salary, these are household salaries. So just imagine a situation, in that household for a 15, 20,000 ka salary wala, which is barely managing their expenses, schooling, education and all, illness hits. India is not an individual society. India is a household society, family units. So elder gets some kind of an ailment or some kind of medical issues. 3, 4, 5 lakh gaye. Now there are Ayushman Bharat, Shastra Sathi and so on, but that is also limited to 5 lakhs.
Yes.
An medical expense of 5, 6 lakhs. And the household is totally disturbed.
Correct.
Totally destroyed rather, I would say.
Exactly. 100%.
So ESIC is the medical cover for the working class.
Okay.
Now, before this I told you it is not a tax, it is a welfare. Welfare का एक और concept ये है, welfare is always extended to the weaker section. So ESIC में there is a limit with ceiling that people earning less than 21,000 a month, they are eligible for that.
Okay.
Above that, क्योंकि the concept is again a bit boring concept. If you calculate 21,000 into 12, that gives you 2,54,000. People who are not supposed to file tax returns, 2,50,000. So if you are a taxpayer, you cannot be termed as a weaker section. So this is somewhat the concept. ये कोई समझाता नहीं है.
So अगर किसी का सैलरी सपोज महीना का 21,001 रुपया है, that is even 1 rupee higher, then उसके लिए ESIC कवर नहीं होता है.
ESIC से वो कवरेज के बाहर चला जाए.
कवर से बाहर चला जाए.
Earlier it was on the total salary. अभी new wage codes में there are some changes. So now people with basic salary of 21,000 or below are in ESIC.
Okay. Now with
but that is for the employees.
Now for the new, okay, so we'll come to the new thing later on.
We'll come to that. So there are two parts to it. Any organization or any establishment for that matter, be it a school, trust, business, startup or a corporate, irrespective, that is called establishment. Establishments have to get registered with ESIC and apply ESIC as soon as they touch the 10. So I give a very weird analogy. Most of the labor laws, they apply to you when you touch the 10th mark. So जब तक single हो मौज करो. As soon as you get into the double digit, everything applies to you.
Okay.
Only PF is something which applies at 20.
So अगर suppose 11 जन हैं या 10 people है, but सब 21,000 के ऊपर है.
So establishment का registration mandate हो जाता है. Contribution किसी का नहीं जाएगा.
And what is exactly PF, Provident Fund?
Provident Fund is again for the, जैसे मैंने बोला, post retirement. You don't throw out the productive individual of your economy. So it is a saving scheme.
कितना percentage of salary PF और ESI?
Basic का 12% from the employer and 12% from the employee. That goes into PF.
PF और ESIC?
ESIC में from the employee it is a very minor amount of 0.75. So even with a 20,000 salary, 150 रुपये. And from the employer it is 3.25. But here it might sound 3.25 and to 7.54%. Few years back it was 6.5.
So अभी बेसिकली 4% ऑफ सैलरी, 4.5% ऑफ सैलरी,
4% ऑफ सैलरी,
4% ऑफ सैलरी, तो बेसिक प्लस डीए का 4%.
यस.
एंड
एंड पीएफ का जो मैं बता रहा था, तो पीएफ में अगेन एज आई सेड, जब तक सिंगल हो मौज करो. पीएफ में whenever till the time you are in your teens, you don't take the responsibility and the burdens. तो 19 तक कुछ नहीं है. As soon as you touch 20, PF applies to your company or organization. So remember, single रहो या teen में रहो,
ESIC देना.
जैसे ही ये खत्म हुआ, जिम्मेदारी आ गई
पीएफ का.
टीन्स के बाद पीएफ की जिम्मेदारी आ गई. 19 से 20, सिंगल डिजिट से डबल डिजिट 10th पे आ गए, तो ESI and a whole lot of other labor laws apply to you.
Oh, okay. What other labor laws?
Gratuity है.
Okay.
And there are other labor laws as well.
Now PF में भी जैसे आपने बोला ESIC में 21,000 का लिमिट है, तो वैसे PF में भी कोई लिमिट है?
PF में वेज सीलिंग है 15,000 का, but PF में people don't go out of PF.
Okay.
Like in ESIC, once your salary increases beyond a level, your coverage stops. But in PF, even if your salary goes up, your contributions and the membership does not stop. You keep contributing, but there is a ceiling. 15,000 तक का ceiling है, 15,000 तक आप करो. Say for example, your basic salary goes up to 35,000. Still, you have to contribute only on 15,000. That is the mandate. With an option, you can contribute more also.
Optional हो जाता है, stops being optional once PF में आप डबल डिजिट 20 पे आ गए.
टीन्स एंड सिंगलहुड जब तक खत्म हो गया तो
ESI पे 10 के ऊपर. Let's assume somebody, the firm has hit 10 employees. क्या क्या compliances कंपलसरी हो जाते हैं? One is ESIC.
Immediately ESIC is compulsory. उसके पहले P-tax वगैरह जो आता है, that is a different thing.
Profession tax भी आता है.
Profession tax is not basically a labor compliance, it is a tax. So profession tax is not a welfare.
So I'll come to profession taxes के बाद. So what is 10 जन होते ही we have to become
ESIC registered आ जाते हैं. Bonus Act applies to you.
Bonus Act क्या हो गया?
The annual bonuses, statutory bonuses that we are.
How much is the bonus?
Let us not get into the details
Basic
of it.
Framework
Basic ये है
rule wise.
8.33 to 20% is the bonus.
Of your?
But it is on the minimum wages.
Okay.
But people above the salary of 21,000 do not qualify for bonus.
अच्छा, compulsory नहीं है.
So there are layers.
Basically अगर 21,000 के नीचे अगर आपका basic plus DA है, तो आपको 8.3% से 20% के बीच में देना पड़ेगा.
Yes. There are other layers and fine prints always, but that's.
So first you said was ESIC. Second you said was bonus.
Bonus Act आपके.
Bonus Act आपके.
You don't have to take a registration.
इसमें कोई registration कुछ नहीं करना.
कुछ नहीं है. Gratuity Act आपके पे applicable हो जाता है. You don't have to take any registration.
Gratuity में क्या होता है?
See, if an employee serves your company for 5 years or more, at the time of exit only, you pay a lump sum sort of a severance.
Generally
15 days of market. अगर कल्चरली बात किया जाए तो it is 15 days for every year work. But calculations में it is a bit different.
Okay.
15 days normally 31 से divide होके नहीं होता. There are different divisions.
Basically ये तीन चीज होता है. One is ESIC जिसमें registration करना पड़ता है. Bonus and gratuity जिसमें registration नहीं करना पड़ता but आपको applicability आ जाता है.
So similarly there are other acts. उसमें क्या है कि these are employee benefits which is directly paid to the employees.
10th के ऊपर में ये तीन.
10th के ऊपर में. But try to understand here, ESIC is a contributory thing. Every month you have to file your returns and you have to file your contributions. Bonus me, you're not depositing that money to anyone. You're directly giving it to the employees.
Okay.
So once you've completed the distribution, you have to file some returns and forms.
अच्छा, आपको bonus में भी return file करना पड़ता है?
Once a year.
Once a year.
जैसे P-tax में it is once a year. So similarly, bonus, gratuity, ये सब का there are forms basically to intimate the government that yes, I have done my responsibility.